Hi students, I am here with the session number 3 on current electricity. Dear students, in this session we will learn about the resistors, different types of resistors, and to identify the value of the resistance there is a color coding, and we will learn about the color coding of the carbon resistors. So we will learn few examples. Later we will learn about the resistivity of various materials. You know what is resistivity, we have learnt. And later we will learn about the difference between resistance and resistivity. And more importantly, we will learn about the dependency of resistivity and resistance on temperature. So dependency of resistivity and resistance of metals, semiconductors, insulators on temperature, how they depends on temperature. So these are the concepts to be covered, these are the objects for this session. Now we'll straight away move on to the resistor. As you all know, resistor is a device used to object to oppose the flow of charges, the flow of current in a conductor, in a circuit. So resistance R is equal to V divided by I, you know. R is also equal to rho L divided by A. So what is resistance? Resistance, it is the opposition to the flow of charges. It is the opposition to the flow of current in the conductor. Resistor is a device, is an electrical component used to oppose the flow of charge or current. See, there are two types of resistors. One is known as wire bound resistors and the other one is carbon resistors. See, in this wire bound resistors, that is made by winding the wires, which is made up of alloys like manganese, constantine, nichrome or nichrome, whatever. So they take these wires, I mean the wires made of these alloys, and they wind. So those windings can behave as a resistor, and that is known as wire bound resistors. And higher resistors, resistances in the higher range, for example 100 kilo ohms, 10 kilo ohms, you want the resistance of higher range, then usually it is made up of carbon. So the size of that carbon resistor will be very small. Because the size of the carbon resistor is very small, the value cannot be printed on it. Instead of that, the colored rings will be there. By looking at the colored rings on the carbon resistor, we can identify, we can find, we can measure its value of resistance. That is known as color code, and we will learn that later. So in this slide, only two things you have to learn. Resistor is an electrical component. It is a device used to oppose the flow of charge, flow of current. Two types: wire bound resistors and carbon resistors. Wire bound resistors are made of alloys like nichrome, constantine, manganese, and these wires made of alloys is wound, and these windings behaves as resistors. Resistances in the higher range, kilo ohms and all, is made up of carbon material. So there are two types. Now, as I told you, these carbon resistors are very small in size. Because they are very small in size, the value of the resistance of the carbon resistor cannot be typed, cannot be printed on it. Therefore, in order to find the value of the resistance of the carbon resistor, on that carbon resistors there will be colored bands, colored rings will be there. And by coding that colored rings, by decoding them, we can find the value. So by looking at the colors, we can find the value of the carbon resistor. And how we do that, we will learn in the next slide. So now notice this color coding of carbon resistors. Imagine this is a carbon resistor here, and usually that will be in the cylindrical shape, and there will be two leads for electrical connection. The leads, one on either side for electrical connection, and there will be four rings like this. There will be four rings, ring number 1, 2 and 3, and ring number 4. So by measuring or by noting the colors of these rings, you can find the value of the resistor. You can find the value of the resistor. So there are four rings, remember. What are these rings represent? And which is the first ring? Say for example, you have got the carbon resistor here. If you make it ulta, this cannot become the first ring. This fourth ring, suppose if you make it ulta, this cannot become the first ring, this cannot become the second. Always the first ring is the one which is nearer to the end. Any ring which is nearer to any end, that will be the first ring. This cannot be the first ring, because see, the distance between the first ring and the end, this is less, whereas the distance between this and this is more. You can find out this will be the fourth ring and this is the first ring, whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4 rings will be there. First ring represents the first digit. First ring represents the first digit. Second ring represents the second digit. Second ring represents the second digit. Third ring represents the multiplier of 10. Multiplier of 10. Fourth ring represents the tolerance of the resistance. You will not understand right now what is happening. You will understand only once you learn everything and one example. Until then, there will be no clarity about what I am telling. So therefore, just hold on for another 2 or 3 minutes to have the complete clarity of what I am telling. Just hold on. Just try to understand stage by stage, step by step. Do not try to get confused. Listen properly. Suppose if you take up a carbon resistor, on that carbon resistor there will be 4 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which will be the first ring? The first ring is the one which is closer to that end, to any end. So that is the first ring. Always that will be the first ring only. Okay. This first ring represents the first digit. Second ring represents the second digit. The third ring represents the multiplier of 10. And the fourth ring represents the tolerance. Multiplier of 10 and tolerance. Fourth ring represents the tolerance. So that is how it is. To understand that very clearly, look at this slide here. Now notice that there are 4 colors here. One is, say for example, yellow. Second one black. Third one red. Fourth one gold. This yellow, we give one number for yellow, and this first ring represents first digit. This second ring represents second digit. Third one represents the multiplier of 10, or how many zeros that should be followed after the first 2 digits. Fourth ring represents the tolerance. and what is the meaning of tolerance, again that you will understand later. So here, to understand very clearly, notice this one. If the color is black, the number associated with that is 0. So similarly, brown 1, red 2, orange 3, yellow 4, green 5, blue 6, violet 7, grey 8, white color 9. And suppose the multiplier, for example, say the third ring is red color, then the multiplier is 10 to the power 2. And say for example the third ring is violet color, it means the multiplier is 10 to the power 7. So that is the meaning. Suppose there are 3 options for fourth ring. Fourth ring can be gold. If the fourth ring is gold, then the tolerance is plus or minus 5%. If the fourth ring is silver, then the tolerance is plus or minus 10%. If the fourth ring is missing, which means there are only 3 rings. If the fourth ring is missing, if the fourth ring is not there, then it means the tolerance is 20%. So that is one very good thing. So therefore, you just look at the numbers associated with the colors. If it is black, the number is 0 and 10 to the power 0, multiplier of 10. That is also 10 to the power 0. So black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, grey, white. So these are the colors. Remember these colors. And here, if the fourth ring, it is not fourth, please understand it as third. If the third ring is silver, that means if the third ring is silver, the multiplier value is 10 to the power minus 2. And if the third ring is gold, multiplier value is 10 to the power minus 1. This is slightly difficult to understand online, something like this. But just bear with me to have the clarity of these things. Now, color coding of carbon resistors. So, as I told you, there will be 4 rings. Come back. There will be 4 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Say the first ring can be, say, brown. Second ring can be black. Third ring is red. Fourth ring is gold. Say if this is the thing. First ring is brown, then black, red, gold. So brown, what brown stands for? Check the number. Brown stands for 1. If brown stands for 1, then first digit is 1. Second digit I told is black. Black stands for 0. Check that. Black stands for 0. Therefore, second digit is 0. So, first digit is 1. Second digit is 0. That means we got 10. 1 and 0. What did I told the third ring? Third ring is red. So, if the third ring is red, then it is 10 to the power 2. Which means, now, first ring is brown, 1. Second ring is black, black, 0, 1, 0, that is 10. Third ring is red. Red means 10 to the power 2, which means 10 into 10 to the power 2, which means 10 into 100, which means 1000 ohms. And fourth ring is gold. Gold represents plus or minus 5%. So, dear students, to understand this very clearly, now look at this explanation so that perhaps you will understand it very clearly. See here, as I told you, there will be a carbon resistor. Say this is a carbon resistor. Okay. And as I told you, there are 4 rings on this one. What did I tell the first? These are the 2 leads for the connection. 2 leads for the connection. What is the first ring I told? First ring I told is brown. Okay, so brown. We'll try to choose the best color here. Black is there. We don't have brown, specific brown here. So assume that this is brown. This is the first ring, brown. And what did I tell? The second ring is black. I choose the second ring black. So the second ring is black. And the third ring is red. Sorry, the third ring, yes, the third ring is red. So the third ring is red. This one red. And the fourth one is silver, gold, sorry. The fourth one is gold. So say this is the fourth ring and this one is say gold color. So there are 4 bands. What is the first ring? First ring represents first digit. First ring is brown. Brown refers to the number 1. So therefore 1 I'll write. 1. Second ring is black. Black corresponds to 0. So I'll write 0. Third ring is red. And third ring represents the multiplier of 10. Therefore third ring is 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2. And gold, the fourth ring is gold, which means the tolerance, that is plus or minus 5%, plus or minus 5%. So to understand that very clearly, again look at this one. So what is the first ring? Brown. I'll write 1. Brown stands for 1. 1. So yes, brown stands for 1. And again the second one is black. Black stands for 0. And the third ring is red. Red, the third one, it is the multiplier of 10. 10 to the power 2. And fourth one is tolerance, plus or minus 5%. So therefore the resistance is 10 into 10 power 2. What is that? 10 into 10 power 2. 1000. 1000 plus 5%. What is 5% of 1000? 105. So 50. That means 1000 plus 50 plus 5% or 1000 plus 50 or 1000 minus 50. 1000 plus 50 or 1000 minus 50. That means variation. What is the variation the resistance can have? The value is 1000. It can be 50 ohms more or 50 ohms less. So that means the resistance can have the variation from 950 ohms 950 ohms 950 ohms to 1050 ohms. 950 ohms to 1050 ohms. So that is the tolerance. What is tolerance? Tolerance is the maximum possible variation of resistance. Possible variation of resistance. Here again the same example, please learn properly. Suppose first ring is brown. First ring represents first digit 1 I have written. What is second ring? Second ring is black. Black corresponds to 0. We have coded it. What is the number given for brown? 1. What is the number given for black? 0. What is the number given for red? 2. We know that color coding. So brown is the first ring. First ring represents first digit. Black is the second ring. Second ring represents second digit. That is black. Black represents 0. Therefore 1 0. The third ring represents the multiplier of 10. Third ring is red. Red corresponds to 10 to the power 2. Third ring. Therefore 10 to the power 2. Plus or minus 5%. What do you mean by plus or minus 5%? Because you cannot have the exact fixed value. The resistance now can vary from plus 5% to minus 5%. Which means 1000 ohms is the resistance. The resistance cannot be exactly 1000. It can have the value ranging from plus 5% to minus 5%. That is 950 ohms here to 1050 ohms. Can I get some water? So these are the things, students. Now I hope it is clear for you. Now we'll move on to the next slide. This is what I wanted to tell you, and there is a memory tip also. See that black stands for 0, brown 1, because it is the numbers are continuous. Black, brown, red, orange, yellow. To remember this, B, B, R, O, Y, G, B, V, G, W. Here it means B.B. Roy of Great Britain had a very good wife. B.B. Roy of Great Britain had a very good wife. So interesting. So therefore B.B. Roy, you just see that words. B, black, then again B, brown, R, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, grey, white. So give the number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if possibly, if the third ring is gold, then the multiplier is 10 to the power minus 1. If the third ring is silver, then the multiplier is 10 to the power minus 2. If the fourth ring is gold, tolerance is plus or minus 5%. If the fourth ring is silver, tolerance is plus or minus 10%. If the fourth ring is not there, then the tolerance is 20%, plus or minus 20%. So, dear students, this is how it is. Suppose if I want to take one more example to make the things very clear. See that I'll take one more example and the things will be pretty clear for you, so that I want to have the clarity even in the online class also. So just check this one. Suppose here, say I have got the resistor here, carbon resistor, and the leads for the connection. These are the leads for the connection, and say there are 4 rings now. Ring number 1, ring number 2, ring number 3, ring number 4. Imagine the first ring is red. This one is red. Imagine the second ring is black. The third ring is red. The fourth ring is gold. What the first ring is red. What do you mean by red? Red is the first ring, first digit, therefore first digit is 2. Second ring is black. Black refers to 0. So second ring is black, second digit 0. Third ring is again red, that is red, black, red. The third ring is red, it is the multiplier of 10, and that is 10 to the power 2. Fourth ring is gold, and gold is plus or minus 5%. What is 20 into 10 to the power 2? It is 2000 ohms. What do you mean by 2000 ohms plus or minus 5%? What is 5% of 2000? It is 100. That means the resistance cannot be exactly equal to 2000. It can be 1900 ohms to 1900 ohms to 2100 ohms. That means the possible variation of resistance represents the tolerance or is represented by tolerance. So tolerance represents the possible variation of resistance. So that is how it is. Suppose if you want to learn one more thing. Say for example, same example I will take. Okay. So look at this example. I have got a carbon resistor here. Color, say for example red. And again, say for example, we will take it as yellow, red, yellow, gold, and again gold. This is red or yellow, this is gold and gold. That means the third band is gold, fourth band is also gold. So what is the first color, first ring? Red. Red represents first digit. I mean first ring represents first digit. So red stands for 2. Second is yellow. Yellow stands for 4. BBROY. 2, 4. Gold. The third ring is gold. Gold represents the third. If the third ring is gold, check this one. If you want, if the third ring is gold, then see here, gold, third ring is gold, the multiplier is 10 to the power minus 1 into 10 to the power minus 1. And fourth ring is also gold. Fourth ring is also gold. So that is plus or minus 5%. So now you can write it as 2.4, 10 to the power minus 1. Therefore 2.4 ohms plus or minus 5%. That is the resistance. That is the resistance. Hope the things are becoming clear. We have got few more examples to learn also. So therefore, briefly I tell you again, on a carbon resistor you will have 4 colored bands. The first band, first digit, second band, second digit, third band, multiplier of 10, 10 to the power 1, 10 to the power 2, like that, multiplier of 10. Fourth band represents tolerance. Now you are getting the clear picture what tolerance is. Tolerance represents the possible variation of resistance. If there is no fourth band, then the tolerance is 20%. If the fourth band is gold, tolerance is plus or minus 5%. If the fourth band is silver, then the tolerance is plus or minus 10%. So this is how it goes, dear students. And now we'll move on to the next one. So having learned this, now let us look at this example. A carbon resistor has brown, red, brown. Find its resistance. What does brown stands for? 1. Look at this number. Brown stands for 1. First digit. Red stands for 2. And again brown, 10 to the power 1. The third digit is, third ring is brown. Therefore 10 to the power 1 ohms. So 12 into 10 to the power 1 ohms, which is nothing but 120 ohms. If you want the tolerance, because there is no fourth color given, the tolerance is plus or minus 20%. Here the tolerance is plus or minus 20%. Now coming to this one, see that color code. First color is yellow. Yellow stands for 4. Then the next color is violet. Violet is the second ring, second digit, 7. Red is the third ring. Third ring represents the multiplier of 10, 10 to the power 2, 47 into 10 to the power 2. Silver, 10 plus or minus 10%. That means 47 into 10 power 2 can be written as 4.7 into 10 power 3. That is 4.7 kilo ohms plus or minus 10%. Coming to this one, green, black, brown. Green, BBROY, G. That stands for 5. That means green is 5. First digit here, green 5. Black 0. Black is 0. brown is 10 to the power 1, that is nothing but 10. So 50 into 10, that is 500. Because there is no fourth band, the tolerance is 20%, plus or minus 20%. So these are the two examples. The other way, if the value is given, check this, value is given, we have to find the color code. Value is given, color code has to be found. What is the value for the first one? 0.11 kilo ohms. First you convert this into 2 digits and the multiplier of 10, because when we do not know the first digit, second digit and multiplier of 10, we cannot find the colors. So the given number should be converted, should be made convenient to give the color codes. So therefore we need to have what? First digit, second digit and multiplier of 10. Therefore 0.11 kilo. What is 0.11 kilo? 0.11 into 10 power 3. What is 0.11 into 10 power 3? It is 110. 110 can be written as 11 into 10 to the power 1. So therefore we have to write the given number in this form before we find the color code. So therefore 1 represents brown. Second digit is also 1, that is also brown. Third ring, third is the multiplier of 10, 10 to the power 1 again it is brown. So it is brown, brown and brown, which means 11 into 10 to the power 1, which means 0.11 kilo ohms. So therefore if the number is given, the value of resistance is given, and then if you want the color code, write in this format, first digit, second digit into 10 to the power something. You have to convert the same number into this form. So see here, 120 ohms. Now do not, if you straight away start writing the color code, you won't get the proper answer. So just write 120 as 1, 2 into 10 to the power 1. Here 1 represents the first digit, 2 represents the second digit, and 10 to the power 1 is the multiplier of 10. See that 12 into 10 to the power 1 is nothing but 120. Therefore 1 is brown, 2 is red and 10 to the power 1 is again brown. This is how you have to do it. I think I have best explained to you the color coding, and now we'll move on to the next slide, dear students. Resistivity of various materials. You know that resistivity is the resistance per unit length per unit area. Resistivity depends on two factors. One, the nature of the material of the conductor, and temperature of the material. So there are only two factors on which the resistance depends. One, the nature of the material of the conductor. Secondly, it depends on the temperature. So you know that materials usually are classified as metals, semiconductors and insulators. So conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Generally metals, that means conductors like silver, copper, aluminum, tungsten, all these, they have very low resistivities. Resistivity very low, resistance very low for metals, and the range is 10 to the power minus 8 to 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter. Ohm meter is the SI unit of resistivity. Whereas coming to the insulators, you know that glass, rubber, ceramics are the insulators, glass. So these are the insulators, and insulators will have very, very high resistivities. It is of the order of 10 to the power 5 ohm meter to 10 to the power 16 ohm meter, very high. And semiconductors, as you know, they are neither conductors, they are not as good as conductors, at the same time as bad as insulators when the conducting properties are concerned. Similarly, resistivity is in between. Say for example, germanium, silicon, carbon, all these are semiconductors. They have resistivities in the range of 10 to the power minus 6 to 10 to the power minus 4. Minus 6 to minus 4. So that is the resistivities of conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Resistivities of materials depend on temperature. Remember this. In the case of semiconductors, resistivity is also affected by the presence of impurities. You know that semiconductors, p-type semiconductor, n-type semiconductor, extrinsic semiconductors. So, resistivities of metals depend only on the temperature, I mean nature and temperature. Whereas for semiconductors, the resistivity also depends on the presence of impurities. And again, one note is there: manganese is used in the manufacture of standard resistance coil because it has got high resistivity and low temperature coefficient of resistance. You will understand that in the later part. So manganese is used in making standard coils, standard resistance coils, because they have got high resistivity and temperature coefficient is less. What it means? The resistance does not vary too much if the temperature varies. If the temperature varies, the resistance does not vary too much. That means the temperature coefficient of resistance is less, whereas it has got high resistivity. Because it has got high resistivity, it will have high resistance also. So that is about the resistivity of various materials. Now one more slide, which is very simple: the comparison between the resistivity and resistance. You know that resistance is the opposition to the flow of charges. Resistivity, it is the resistance per unit length per unit area. Resistivity is the resistance per unit length per unit area. Here R is equal to rho L divided by A. R is equal to rho L divided by A. Here rho is equal to RA divided by L. So rho is equal to R A divided by L. A is 1, L is 1, then rho is equal to R. Resistance depends on dimensions. When I say dimensions, it is length, area, something like that. Whereas resistivity does not depend on the dimensions. It depends only on the nature of the material and temperature. The SI unit of resistance is ohm and the SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. One more difference: resistance depends on length, area, temperature and nature, whereas resistivity depends only on nature and temperature of the material of the conductor. So this is about the comparison of resistance and resistivity. Now, temperature dependency of resistivity. Why the resistance depends on temperature? Why the resistance depends on temperature? That is an important aspect. See, we have learned this equation. The electrical resistivity of a material is given by rho is equal to m divided by n e square tau. In fact, we have derived the reciprocal of this one. What is reciprocal of resistivity? Conductivity. So conductivity is equal to n e square divided by m into tau, if you remember this derivation. So n e square tau divided by 1, the reciprocal of what you are looking there, the equation is called conductivity, or the reciprocal of conductivity is resistivity. So rho is equal to m divided by n e square tau. Now notice that in that equation, the resistivity, in the equation of resistivity, m is constant, m the mass of the electron is constant, and E the charge on the electron is constant. Mass of the electron, charge on the electron is constant. What are the only things that can vary is n and tau. N is the free electron density, which depends on the nature of the material. Tau is the relaxation time, which depends on the temperature. That is the reason we say that rho depends on n and tau. Rho depends on n. N is free electron density. That again depends on temperature. tau is the relaxation time, which again depends on temperature. Therefore we say rho depends on relaxation time, and rho depends on nature of the material of the conductor and the relaxation time. The relaxation time depends on temperature. That is what you have to understand. So therefore, what is the it should be very clear for you that the resistivity depends on nature of the material of the conductor and the temperature. So it depends on temperature. Okay. Now the variation of resistivity of a material with a different temperature is different for different materials. Quite okay. That means the variation of how the resistivity of copper varies, the resistivity of tungsten varies, both are different. So therefore the variation of resistivity of material with the temperature is different for different materials, no doubt. So if we want to generalize that, see, temperature dependency, that is given by the equation rho is equal to rho naught into 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. So if you want to understand that clearly, look at this again. Now dear students, listen. So rho, as I told you, rho is equal to what? Rho is equal to m divided by ne square tau. M divided by ne square tau. Here m and e are constants. So rho only depends on n, rho also depends on tau. So for a given material, say for example copper, for copper n is constant, whereas copper, if the temperature changes, relaxation time changes, and therefore rho changes. So try to understand now what happens if temperature increases, then tau is the relaxation time. That is, if temperature increases, the time between two collisions, the collisions will increase. Try to understand what I am telling. If temperature increases, the movement of electrons and ions will increase. Because the movement increases, the collisions, the number of collisions will increase. So because the number of collisions will increase, the time interval between the two collisions will decrease, because the collisions now will happen frequently. So therefore tau decreases, tau, the relaxation time, decreases. Now notice that rho is inversely proportional to relaxation time. If tau decreases, rho increases. If rho increases, resistance increases, because resistance R is equal to rho L divided by A. So resistance is directly proportional to resistivity, resistance increases. So I repeat again. So if you consider the conductor, it contains free electrons here. If you increase the temperature is increased, then electrons start moving rigorously. Because the electrons start moving rigorously, they suffer many collisions. Number of collisions will be more. If the collisions increase, then the time interval between two collisions will decrease, that goes down. If the time decreases, rho is inversely proportional to tau, therefore rho increases. If rho increases, R increases. So what is the conclusion? With the increase in the temperature of the conductor, I am speaking about the conductor, with the increase in the temperature of the conductor, resistivity increases and hence the resistance increases. This is the conclusion. Listen again. Increase the temperature of the conductor, not semiconductor, not insulator, conductor. Increase the temperature of the conductor, relaxation time decreases, rho increases, R increases. So therefore rho and R increases with the increase in the temperature. Rho and R of a conductor increases with the increase in the temperature. So rho at any temperature, rho at any temperature is equal to rho naught into 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. T minus T naught. This is the equation. So where rho is the resistivity. What is rho? Rho is the resistivity when the temperature is T. Rho naught is the resistivity when the temperature is T naught. Alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistivity. Alpha is the I write again, please listen, I write again. See here rho is equal to rho naught into 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. So if you have understood this, I'll tell you what are the terms here. Rho is the resistivity when the temperature is T, because resistivity depends on temperature. Rho naught is the resistivity when the temperature is T naught, reference temperature. What is alpha? Alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistivity of the material of the conductor. That means alpha represents how much resistivity varies with the rise in the temperature. If the temperature rises, resistivity varies. How much it varies, that is represented by alpha. So alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistivity of the material of the conductor. This is how the resistivity of a conductor varies. So coming back to the slides, check this one, that rho is equal to rho naught into 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. I have explained you very clearly for metals. In the case of metals, the number density of free electrons is almost independent of temperature. That means N. This N is independent of temperature. Rho, you know that rho is equal to m divided by what? N E square tau. N does not depend on temperature. N only depends on the nature of the material in the conductors. So what only depends on temperature is the time, relaxation time. So if the temperature increases, relaxation time decreases. If relaxation time decreases, rho increases. That means rho of a conductor increases with the increase in the temperature. Now suppose if you look at this equation, alpha, what did I tell? Alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistivity of the material of the conductor. Temperature coefficient of resistivity of the material of the conductor. If you want to know what is alpha, how to define alpha, look at that equation. So that equation, alpha is equal to rho minus rho naught divided by rho naught into T minus T naught, and that is equal to d rho divided by rho naught into 1 by dt, into 1 divided by dt. So this is the equation alpha we have got. This equation alpha we have got from the above equation, this equation. So alpha tells to what extent the resistivity varies with the rise in the temperature, with the change in the temperature. So that means alpha tells, suppose if you change the temperature by 1 degree Celsius, what is the variation of the resistivity? That is what told by alpha. Alpha tells if the temperature increases or changes by 1 degree, what is the change in the resistivity? That is what being told by alpha. Remember that, understand that. Now to have the clarity of the things, listen. Here I have written alpha is equal to rho minus rho naught divided by rho naught into T minus T naught. Here rho minus rho naught represents the change in the resistivity. T minus T naught represents the change in the temperature. Rho naught I have written as it is. So if you want to define alpha, alpha is equal to Alpha is equal to d rho. What is d rho? D rho is the change in the resistivity divided by dt. Whole thing divided by rho naught. Can we write this equation like this? D rho by dt divided by rho naught. No doubt we can write. There is no harm in writing this equation. So now define what is d rho, change in the resistivity. dt you make it 1 Kelvin. So change in the resistivity per Kelvin to the resistivity at the 0 Kelvin, or it is the change in the resistivity, fractional change in the resistivity to the resistivity at 0 Kelvin. So that is the resistivity. That is how alpha is defined. Alpha is equal to d rho divided by dt divided by rho naught, or you can write this alpha is equal to d rho divided by dt into rho naught. So therefore d rho by dt is the fractional change in the resistivity per degree rise in temperature to the resistivity at 0 degree Celsius. So that is one important thing. And alpha, the unit of alpha is per Kelvin or per degree Celsius. Per Kelvin or per degree Celsius is the unit of alpha. Remember that. We'll move on to the next slide. That is how the resistivity depends on, that is how the definition of resistivity goes. Okay. Now same thing, the temperature coefficient of resistivity is defined as the fractional change in resistivity, that is d rho by rho naught per unit change in temperature. You can also define like this: d rho by rho naught fractional change in resistivity per unit change in temperature. So this is also one way, or you can also define the way I told you just now. And another important thing, for conductors, metallic conductors, alpha is positive. Alpha is positive. What do you mean by alpha positive? With the increase in the temperature, the resistivity increases. That's it. With the increase in the temperature, resistivity increases. That is the meaning of alpha. I mean, alpha is positive. Resistivity, temperature increases, resistivity increases. Alpha is positive. Rho increases with increase in temperature. Now look at this diagram. This is for metals, especially for copper. So here there is an increase in the resistivity with the increase in the temperature. Temperature is plotted on x-axis and the resistivity is plotted on y-axis. See that rho naught, this small thing represents rho naught. Rho naught is the resistivity when the temperature is 273 Kelvin, which means 0 degree Celsius. Rho naught is the resistivity when the temperature is 273 Kelvin, 0 degree Celsius. So alloys have very high resistivity. Alloys have very high resistivity. Nichrome, manganese, constantan have very high resistivity. That is the reason they are used in making standard resistance coils, and also they have negligible dependency on temperature. That means alpha value of alloys is very less. That means they are not sensitive to temperature. Even if temperature changes, the resistivity does not change for alloys. Therefore they are used in making standard resistance coils, remember. And also they have got high resistivity. Alloys are used in making standard resistance coils. Reason number 1, they have got high resistivity. Reason number 2, even if the temperature varies, the resistivity does not vary. That means alpha value is less for them. They are less sensitive to temperature. So that is the temperature dependency, I mean resistivity, dependency of resistivity on temperature of metals. Now we'll go on this slide and we'll see what happens, the temperature dependency of resistivity on semiconductors. Notice that semiconductors and insulators, if you increase the temperature, the atoms will break. For example, in semiconductors, for example in semiconductors, if you increase the temperature, electrons hole pairs will break. Electron hole pairs are generated. See, because of the generation of electron hole pairs, you are creating more charge carriers. When the charge carriers are created more in number, conductivity will increase and therefore resistivity will decrease. So therefore, in the case of semiconductors and insulators, if you increase the temperature, the resistivity will decrease. Okay, increase the temperature, resistivity will decrease. In the case of what? In the case of semiconductors and insulators. Look at the graph. See the previous graph, it was increasing, rho versus t. Here it is decreasing, exponential decrease. That's it. Try to understand. The same thing is there in the notes. If you want, read it again and you will understand it very clearly. For more information, for clarity, you just read the notes. I have given you the notes. So that is very, very important aspect, dear students. Learn that. So therefore, the conclusion is this: with the increase in the temperature, resistivity of metals will decrease. With the increase in the with the increase in the temperature, resistivity of the metals will increase. Both temperature increase, resistivity of conductors, metals will increase. And if the temperature increases, resistivity of semiconductors and insulators will decrease. That means exponentially that will decrease. So that is another important thing. Now coming to this one, how the variation of resistance with temperature. See, resistance is directly proportional to resistivity. So if resistivity of conductor increases with the temperature, resistance of conductor also increases with the temperature. So simple. Therefore, look at this equation: R is equal to R naught into 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. Here R represents the resistance when the temperature is T. R represents the resistance when the temperature is T. And R naught represents when the temperature is T naught. T naught is 0 degree Celsius, that is 273 Kelvin. 273 Kelvin. So therefore, this, according to this equation, the resistance varies. Resistance of a conductor, resistance of a metal varies according to this equation. R is equal to R naught into 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. Here alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistance of the conductor. So you can also write that equation as R is equal to R naught into 1 plus alpha T, where here this alpha T is the temperature in the Celsius scale. Temperature in the Celsius scale, T naught is 0 degree Celsius, and therefore T is in the temperature. T is the temperature in the Celsius scale. Remember this. T is the temperature in the Celsius scale. R is equal to R naught. So where R is the resistance at any temperature, T degree Celsius, R naught is its resistance at 0 degree Celsius, and alpha is known as the temperature coefficient of resistance. So this is what the students that we were supposed to learn in this class. Okay. So now alpha, how to define alpha? Just check this one. Alpha is equal to RT minus R naught divided by R naught T. So it is the fractional change in the resistance per unit rise in temperature. RT minus R naught divided by R naught represents the RT minus R naught divided by R naught represents the fractional change in resistance. T represents, T is the degree rise in temperature. So alpha is equal to RT minus R naught divided by R naught T. Here RT minus R naught divided by R naught represents the fractional change in the resistance, and T you make it 1 per unit rise of temperature. T just make it 1. Therefore, RT minus R naught divided by R naught, T is 1. RT minus R naught by R naught represents the fractional change in the resistance per degree rise in the temperature. So this is what we have learned, this is what we were supposed to learn, and we have learnt. So therefore, dear students, coming back, so just check, just for the sake of clarity. Now we have learnt about the resistors, wire bound carbon resistors, color coding. B.B. Roy of Great Britain had a very good wife, a lucky person. And examples for color coding we have learnt. Resistivity of various materials, conductors, semiconductors, insulators, the range. Also we learnt about the difference between resistance and resistivity, and temperature dependency of resistivity of metals and semiconductors, variation of resistance with conductor. The graphs are important. Just go through the notes for a few more details and learn the things properly. And goodbye for this session. Have a nice day. Bye. Control Alt